Imagine this. You're sitting in a crowded coffee shop, scrolling through your phone, and you open your banking app to transfer some money. You feel a pair of eyes on you. Someone across the table is casually pretending to sip their latte while sneaking a glance at your screen. Suddenly, that secure world in your pocket doesn't feel so secure anymore. We've all been there. And until now, the only solution has been those clunky privacy screen protectors that make your display look dull, grainy, and distorted. But what if your phone could instantly protect you without you even thinking about it? That's exactly the kind of future Samsung seems to be preparing with the Galaxy S26 Ultra. And honestly, it might just be one of the boldest moves they've made in years. Welcome back, viewers. Sam here. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button for more tech stories that'll keep you ahead of the curve. Now, let's dive in. Because the S26 Ultra isn't just another yearly refresh, the leaks suggest this could be the year Samsung reinvents what a smartphone stands for. And it all starts with something we rarely talk about in the spec wars: privacy. Samsung Display, the company's own display division, has been working quietly on a project called flagship Pixel. If that name sounds futuristic, that's because it is. They first teased it earlier this year at MWC, then again at the K-Display 2025 event. At first, it felt like one of those cool prototypes companies love to show off but never actually release. But according to reports out of Korea, flagship Pixel is moving into mass production. And when a technology reaches that stage, it's no longer a concept, it's a reality waiting to be unboxed. So what does this tech actually do? Here's where it gets wild. Flagship Pixel uses AI to control individual OLED pixels in real time. Instead of relying on a filter, it can literally change the viewing angle of your screen automatically. Picture this: you're checking an email, and the AI instantly narrows the screen's visibility so that only you, looking directly at it, can see the text. Anyone sitting off to the side sees nothing but a foggy blur. Then, when you go back to watching a video or playing a game, the screen widens out again for full brightness and clarity. No trade-offs, no accessories, just seamless privacy built into the hardware itself. And that's the key word here: seamless. Current privacy protectors compromise brightness, kill sharpness, and ruin colors. But this flagship Pixel promises no loss of quality. Imagine a phone that's not just fast and beautiful, but smart enough to protect you without you lifting a finger. Now, this is only one part of the S26 Ultra story, because alongside this futuristic privacy tech, Samsung is also shaking up the entire identity of its flagship lineup. For more than a decade, we've gotten used to names like Plus and Ultra, but according to new leaks, the S26 lineup may look completely different. The base model could be called the Galaxy S26 Pro. The Plus might get replaced with the Galaxy S26 Air. And then, of course, we still have the Ultra, the crown jewel. Why does this matter? Well, names aren't just labels. They shape how we think about products. Calling a phone Air suggests lightness, sleekness, maybe even a touch of minimalism. It hints at a strategy where Samsung wants each model to feel distinct rather than just small, medium, large. But here's the kicker. While names are fun to debate, the design changes on the Ultra might be the most dramatic we've seen in years. Remember the floating camera rings Samsung introduced with the S22 Ultra? They looked clean, minimal, and instantly recognizable. Well, rumors now suggest Samsung is about to throw that out the window. Instead, they're reportedly bringing back the camera island, something we haven't seen since the Galaxy S21 Ultra. At first, that might sound like a step backwards. But here's the twist: bigger camera sensors are on the way, and bigger sensors need more room. If Samsung wants the S26 Ultra to stay slim, and leaks say it'll be under 8mm thick, then grouping all the cameras into a single island might be the only way to make it work. And that ties into another surprise: camera upgrades. For years, Samsung's kept the same 200-megapixel HP2 sensor on its Ultras. Meanwhile, rivals in China like Xiaomi and Vivo have been flexing those massive 1-inch sensors, even if their phones look like mini cameras glued to a slab of glass. Now, word is Samsung will keep the 200-megapixel sensor, but with a wider f1.4 aperture. Translation: the lens can pull in more light, giving sharper details and closing the gap with those monster sensors without making the phone look ridiculous. But the biggest jump is on the telephoto side. The 10-megapixel 3x telephoto we've had for years, it's reportedly leaping all the way to 50 megapixels. That's not just an upgrade. That's a whole new camera. Imagine zoom shots that don't just look decent, but actually rival the detail of your main lens. But Samsung isn't stopping with cameras. The body itself might be in for a redesign. For years, the Ultra has carried the Note's boxy DNA. Sharp corners, flat top and bottom, the S Pen tucked neatly inside. It made the Ultra feel like a power user's device. But leaks say the S26 Ultra could have rounder edges than ever, a move that instantly makes it look more like an iPhone. And here's the question: if the phone goes rounder, where does the S Pen fit in? Reports already suggest Samsung is considering removing the built-in slot in future Ultras, and if that happens, the Note lineage may truly be gone for good. Imagine that more than a decade of Note history quietly phased out in favor of a sleeker, more universal design. Now pause for a second and think about all these changes together. Privacy screens powered by AI, a return to the camera island, massive telephoto upgrades, a rounder body that challenges the very identity of the Ultra, and a brand new naming scheme for the whole lineup. This isn't just Samsung playing it safe. This feels like a bold reset, a willingness to take risks, even if it divides fans. Some people will love it, some will hate it. But one thing's for sure, no one's going to call the S26 Ultra boring. And here's the part that makes me smile. All of this is just the beginning. Because if Flex Magic Pixel really does make its debut on the S26 Ultra, we're almost guaranteed to see it spread across other Samsung devices. Imagine a Galaxy Z Fold with a giant privacy-protected main display. Imagine flipping open a Z Flip and knowing no one on the subway can peek at your messages. By 2026, Samsung could make privacy a standard feature across its flagship ecosystem. That's the kind of innovation that doesn't just sell phones, it sets new expectations for the whole industry. Of course, these are leaks. Things can change. Maybe the camera island gets scrapped last minute. Maybe Flex Magic Pixel shows up first on a different device. But when multiple reports from multiple sources point in the same direction, and when mass production has already started, the pieces of the puzzle start to feel real. And if they're real, the Galaxy S26 Ultra could be one of the most important smartphones Samsung has ever made. So buckle up, because the S26 Ultra isn't just chasing specs this time, it's rewriting the rules of what a phone should protect, how it should look, and how much it should dare to change.